First up this morning, Halloween is fun for kids, but the scary visitors and ringing doorbells can really stress out our pets. So today, how can you keep your animals safe while the ghosts and goblins come a-knocking?
Jill DeGrave is with the Wisconsin Humane Society. She's here with some tips, but first, we have to meet the little friend that she's brought with her
Is this
today.
Scruffy? I know, no, not Scruffy, but probably should be. She's got that little terrier. She's actually a miniature schnauzer mix, and I'm going to put a new song into your head now. Her name is Mrs. Jones.
Oh,
do you remember that song? Me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on.
I love her.
She is, oh my gosh, she is delightful.
She's adorable.
She's a little over a year old, and she had been a stray at Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control.
Yes, come
and
to
now,
me. Oh no, did you just
She
lick
smells
me?
a cat.
she's looking for a forever home. She is a major kisser. She's been licking everybody, and she is just adorable. I love her personality.
Would she be good with kids, do you think?
I think she'd be good with just about anybody because she kind of rolls with it. She loves to be petted. She loves to give you kisses, and she's just, you know, she's the kind that'll be very active, and then she'll settle down and hang out with you. So she is just delightful.
I think my heart
Really,
is
really
fell in
cute.
I know,
love.
she's the cutest.
Yeah, she's
What do
sweet.
you do for Halloween? I mean, first of all, we know don't ever let the candy get in front of the pets. But what about when people are coming to the door? There's a lot of trick-or-treaters coming, and that can be a little stressful for a lot of our pets.
It can
because of
be.
the doorbells, the different people, a lot of barking. That's a lot of stress.
It is a lot of stress, and there are some dogs that just simply can't handle it, and you have to recognize that. And then the best thing to do would be to put them in a room towards the back of the house, give them a real high-value treat, like maybe a Kong with peanut butter stuffed in it. So
I like that
occupies
high-value
them.
treat.
Yeah, high value. No duddy treats, high value.
Yeah.
And just keep them away from that because, you know, they're not used to seeing these monster costumes and superheroes and that kind of thing, and it really can be frightening. And you don't want any incidents, so it's best to keep them away. Some dogs are totally fine with it, and they can greet the trick-or-treaters at the door, and they're cool with it, and
They carry their own little pail in their mouth. I've seen that before.
I have too.
The
And,
pumpkin.
you know, they're excited with the activity and that kind of thing, but the key is to know your dog.
Yeah, I think that's a good point too. What about costumes? Because we've had some super cute pets on parade in some adorable
I know.
costumes. And there's some, I mean, we had a skunk, a guinea pig who was a skunk for the day, and a rabbit who was a little joker, a little jester kind of thing. What's your thought on dressing up pets for Halloween?
I think people are amazingly creative, number one. But here again, know your companion animal. Know your dog in particular. They dress up. If your dog really is very shy and doesn't like it, don't push it. You know, rather go with a bandana like this or one of those little jester collars. You can get them used to it by draping a costume over them, giving them treats, that kind of thing. Some dogs love it. You know, they just, they totally are into it, and they could care less.
We had the dog who was the mounted moose, and he just kept barking throughout the show. I was pretty sure he was not into that costume.
No, he wasn't, but it was so adorable.
I know, and
it was
again,
worth
the key
the barks.
I'm sure it was. The key is to know what they can tolerate and never have anything that's too constricting or that they could chew a button off or something and swallow it. It is fun to dress them up, though, and they're part of your family, so you want to include them in the activities. The other thing, doorbells. If your dog gets very whipped up when the doorbell rings, you might want to either disconnect it during trick or treat or, again, keep them in a back room so they're not getting too wound up and too upset by it.
Post a sign that says knock. I'll be waiting right by the door, so you don't have to ring the bell.
I know.
How about candy? I kind of mentioned that in the beginning, but how dangerous really is it to our pets?
Well, chocolate does contain theobromine, which is very deadly. Candy can cause diarrhea. It's just not something you want to give your dog. There are plenty of healthy dog treats that you can provide, but keep the candy away.
Yeah, and don't
and
get
the
them used to
wrappers,
that.
and you know, it
Yeah,
can
wrappers
be
too.
Right, because they don't unwrap before they eat, so
Yeah.
they would consume the whole thing. Just, it's best to keep them safe and just keep the candy up on a counter where they can't get it.
I think that's great. Well, this is the way that you can adopt Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones.
Or find out about any of the other animals that are available right now for adoption. Call 414-ANIMALS or go to wihumane.org. The Wisconsin Humane Society is located on Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee, and they have a great location there to check out all the adoptable pets that are available. Thanks, Jill.
Thanks for the kisses, Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, I think you're going to get adopted soon.
Yes.
Thanks, Jill.